Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I'm going to be your host for the evening, so how about a little story? Would you guys like that? Too bad if you wouldn't, because I'm gonna say it anyway. You know that feeling of liberation when you finally get something off your chest and you don't have those things weighing you down anymore. Feels great, doesn't it? I know many people here have experienced this, and there might be some who plan on doing so but are either waiting for the right time or are not feeling brave enough for it. So, this story will probably hit home for many of you here. Almost everyone, I guess. This one goes back to the time when I was in class 2nd and gay memory. I never knew how to describe or acknowledge that feeling because right from the beginning we are fed strictly heteronormative ideals and images. The feeling stayed and grew without a name or category I could fit them into. It wasn't until class 8 that I was told by my sister that the way I talk about my teacher is gay as fuck. That sent a lot of sirens to go off. I had my fair share of experience from that point in time, and I was finally in love. The kind of love where you feel a certain person feels like home. I was happy, I was loved, but I had to leave home with a heavy heart because she said she could never, confess to her parents what she was and who she was. That was a turning point in my life, and it was like I was in an emotional coma. I could see and hear everything that was happening around me, but all that I could feel was her memories, her presence, or the lack thereof. I spiraled down and resorted to reckless stuff like going out of the town and stress eating, the things one does when they are away from home. Then I found another. Thought I could give all my love once again to this one and build a new place, a stronger, better place. But this place could never be my home because she still had her home within someone who was married off to a man. Though she had let me in, but I could see that she was broken from the inside. I tried to fix it, I did, but my efforts couldn't fill the void which she had in her heart, so once again I moved away. I don't blame her or hold her responsible for anything. Everything is a lesson for your life ahead. I had lost myself once, and I couldn't afford to do so again. I set my focus on my next step, which you all must be aware of, roadies. The reason why I chose to be on that show was to finally speak my heart out, as it was probably the only place that time when I would not be listening to shit. Rather, the world would be listening to what I had to say. I spoke out everything that had been bottled up all these years. Some people saw that and thought, oh, TRP. To them I say, well, not at all, motherfucker. I did that for myself. I did it for people out there who might have faced what I did and what I feel about myself. They shouldn't have to spend their lives thinking they're ashamed, not even the slightest bit. After that episode of my life, some people tried to pull me down and criticize my decision of coming out. Like my family would earn a bad name, my life would be ruined in the society and all that shit. But I made sure that I came out to the ones closest to me before the show was aired, because they deserve to know. They are that important and have that place in my life that they should hear it from me up front, and not from anything or anyone else, because we know how concerned our desi neighbors and relatives always are, right? I had my fears like what would happen if I lost the people closest to me? How would I survive? How would I earn a living? What if people kept my orientation above whatever else I've ever achieved in life? But all these fears weighed nothing against the fact that my family would feel betrayed if I didn't confess, and I knew I had to do it that time. It wasn't even do or die, it was more like do and die. Whatever be the consequences, I'll take it. So, I wrote a letter to the only man I've ever loved, my dad. I came out to him a day before Pride, and as it was rather poetic that he was proud of me, he suggested me and told me, I'll be his kid no matter what, and who I choose to love won't change his love towards me. That was the most special moment of my life. I have my family's support, and that's the reason why I have my beautiful sister with me here today. All those years of hiding stuff from myself, from the outside world, and from the people who are my world, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. Today when I look in the mirror, I don't see a person who has been living a life of secrecy. I see the real me. I see someone who was drowned neck deep in shit but managed to pull herself out with her determination, love and support from her friends and family. There are little pieces of shit which still get stuck onto me here and there, but I do what everyone else does. Wipe it off without thinking much about it. The best thing one can be is being true to themselves. Till you don't do that, forget changing anything else majorly. Change starts from within, because if you try and hide your true being, it will develop into something darker. Something which can later wipe itself out and destroy you from within, crippling your potential to be the most amazing and badass version of yourself. Don't let anyone do that to you. Don't do that to yourself either. Cutting yourself up with blades or indulging in substance abuse are not the only forms of self-harm. The best thing one can be is being true to themselves. Till you don't do that, forget changing anything else majorly. Change starts from within, because if you try and hide your true being, it will develop into something darker, something which can later wipe itself out and destroy you from within, crippling your potential to be the most amazing and badass version of yourself. Don't let anyone do that to you. All of you, every single one of you, you're a star in your own right. Many of you have embraced your true self and being vocal about it to the world. Bless you and your guys. And to the ones who might still be lurking in the shadows regarding this, be strong. All of you, every single one of you, you're a star in your own right. Many of you have embraced your true self and being vocal about it to the world. Bless you and your guys.